Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking reading for Tuesday. I just finished my coffee. Kickstart. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And for your beautiful comments and the funny ones. I love to read your comments, so thank you. If you're interested in getting a personal reading from me or seeing what I'm doing or where I've come from, all of the instructions are in the box below. I'm going to put forward my coaching program a bit this year because it is something I'm very, very passionate about, and I do use all my skills with my life coaching, which is awesome. So I'm about to kickstart that for the new year, so keep an eye out for that. I'm probably going to do a few classes this year too, so let me know if you're interested in any of those things. I'll get them up and running soon. And if you want to join me on YouTube, Instagram, every week I go live. Whip over to the Aussie Goddess Facebook page, like the page. Everything is at the top of the page there. You can find out where I am and what I'm doing. Now, I won't update it till later this week because I want to make sure I've got everything planned, so be on the lookout for that. I do live mini reads on Facebook once a month where I invite you to come over and I pull a few cards for as many people as I can, which is always a lot of fun. So, and of course I've started doing super chats now on every second Wednesday on YouTube. So we're going to use the Gilded Tarot Royale for your reading. And we're ready to go. All right. Oh, I'm loving it. What a great way to start a reading. We have the World card coming through. So the World card is a card that talks about lots of things. It talks about traveling, experiencing, closing experiences, opening new, or being ready to open new experiences. It is, in the whole scheme of things, the last card in the journey of the major arcana that starts with the Fool. And when it comes in, it signifies that something is about to change in our life. We're either going to start something new, we're going to close something down. Whatever it is for you, it means that something new is going to begin as a result of these lessons learned. So you've closed out something, you're about to start something new, and the universe is saying you've learned all the lessons from your past cycle, and now we want to bring you in new things. A nice King of Swords coming your way here. The King of Swords represents Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Now what I want to say for some of you here, because you've closed out some cycle from your past, because you've finished something up, you're evolving here. And it feels to me like for some of you this is an evolving into, I've had a coffee, a different version of yourself. Now what this can mean is, from the lessons you've had in the past, you may be becoming somebody quite different to what you've experienced before. That doesn't mean it's changing you completely as a person, but for example, you may have closed down your past. You may have let go of all the things in your past that have held you back. And thus you would evolve into something quite different. Releasing the past is really, really important. So when we close down a cycle, we really need to release those parts of ourselves that no longer serve us in the new cycle. And for me, the King of Swords is representing some sort of change within you that you are moving forward with. So you're seeing things much more clearly. You have a better understanding of the direction you want to go in. You are, I want to say, metamorphosizing, because it's like you're growing into something different. You're not letting go of who you are or what you've done or your experiences, but you're letting go of the parts of yourself that have held you back from creating the life that you want. And this is what's happening here. So you're taking on this energy of the King of Swords. You're being a lot more balanced in your logic. You may be starting to understand things about yourself, like your emotions and your feelings. You may be letting go of past hurts, past pains. You may be letting go of past people here as well. So it's almost like, this is beautiful actually, because it's almost like New Year's resolutions here. And I'm not agreeing with New Year's resolutions. I think they're a little bit soul destroying for people, because we set ourselves up with the enthusiasm of a new year, and sometimes they're just very difficult for us to maintain because there's so much change coming through. So it should be more of a gradual process rather than us saying, you know, this is what we're going to do for the new year. I think the intentions are great, but just make sure you spread them out over the year and don't put the pressure on yourself, because then when you know, maybe cannot get what you want out of making a New Year's resolution, then you beat yourself up, and that's not fair. So maybe look at this as some sort of New Year's change that is going to take place over the whole year, but you're coming into this year feeling revitalized and released from something here that's held you back in your past. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands come. Beautiful. Look at this. Oh, it's fabulous. Really beautiful energy. So for some of you here, this new start may be being offered a new opportunity in work. There's money coming through. It's like, because you're changing the way you see your world, because you're changing the way that you are walking into this new time after closing this cycle down. You're opening here to new experiences. And for some of you, this is new job, money coming, new material success. But there's something here that's coming in for you that's going to change the very fabric. I love that spirit sometimes. The very fabric of who you are. So this is changing you greatly as a person. Again, it doesn't mean it's changing your nuts and bolts. It's changing your attitude, your approach, the love of self, the love of others, changing all of that. It's going to bring in something fantastic and fabulous here. Now we have the Seven of Swords behind that. So because I've revealed it, I feel like I have to talk to it now. The Seven of Swords is a card that sort of talks about getting away with something. And I'm strongly feeling this card should have been in reverse, because I feel like you're now quite comfortable, especially with this Queen of Wands here. You're quite comfortable to be outspoken about who you are. You're comfortable about greeting the world in this energy. So you're not going to hold back anymore. You're going to allow the world to see you as you truly are. You're not going to hold back. There's no more of this sort of energy of wearing a mask. The mask is gone. So for many of you, you're now coming into this new time absolutely whole, complete, and as you are. And you're saying to the universe, this is me. This is who I am. I don't need to be anybody else. I don't need to pretend. I don't need to have a show for the world. I don't need to pretend I'm something I'm not. And I feel like the next few months especially are going to be about discarding those parts of you that hide away who you actually are, because you're unfolding, you're becoming, you're in line with the universe here. All right, so we have the Knight of Wands coming through. Poor Knight of Wands, who gets a really bad rap, and I think it's such a beautiful energy. The Knight of Wands is a card that talks about passion, about drive. This is a card that talks about sort of going in and sort of, with gay abandon apparently, without really thinking about what you're doing, just going for it. Just really taking risks, being true to what you want, going after what you want, This is going in with passion. But the only thing with the Knight of Wands that sometimes happens is he can burn out fairly quickly. So just keep your passion alive. All right, so we're planning for the future here. We are planning for the future. We are looking out, waiting for our ships to come in. So it's like we're saying to the universe, okay, we're ready. We've done what's required of us. This is who we are, and we're waiting for our return. And for some of you, it's bringing you in someone that will share your life and move forward with you. This is someone who's going to support you, love you, and bring you in the energy to help you build. This is support. This is practicality. Whoever this person is you're bringing here is a life partner. So many of you will see now that you can manifest somebody for yourself. So we have cleared karma. We've all cleared karma. You can feel it in the universe. You can feel it in most people. Some people still seem to be walking around with their eyes closed and blindfolded like this. But for the most part, many people have now cleared the way to manifest the lives they want. This is very much about putting the universe back into balance. This is spirit saying, this is what you rightly deserve. This is who you are. And now I can bring you what is rightfully yours. All right, so we have the Nine of Wands coming through. The Nine of Wands sits right behind the 10, and we know the 10 is the end of the cycle. It only takes one straw to break the camel's back. So one more wand and you're there. But the Nine of Wands for me is saying you're leaving behind this pain, these cycles that haven't served you, these ways of doing things that no longer fit with this new version of you. You're going back to the Ace of Wands and you're going to start all over again with a new set of lessons. But you're approaching this very differently this time. You may be more conscious, you may be more awakened, you may be more in tune with yourself and the universe and how you fit into the universe. Because you're no longer keeping yourself hidden. Queen of Swords coming through. So you're going to walk the talk. You're going to talk, you're going to walk the talk, you're going to be honest, you're going to be straightforward, you're going to be direct, you're going to tell people what you want. You're not going to be ashamed and hiding away about your own needs and your own wants and your own desires. This is you, whole and complete. We have the Chariot card coming through. Forward movement, direction. No longer fighting against which direction to go in. No longer questioning, just trusting that the universe is going to lead you the correct way. You don't have to control, you don't have to do any of these things because the Chariot is about control. But there is no control. There's just this feeling of trusting and knowing that the universe will bring you what you deserve. Just letting it go and allowing the universe to do this for you. And for many people, this is going to bring you the object of your desire. Nine of Swords coming through. And there it is. True love. And a brand new start with the Fool card. How beautiful is that? I want to put the Anxiety card in reverse as well. I want to say that belongs in reverse too because I feel like you're letting go of the demons that have held you back. I feel that for many of you this year will see you bring in new love. And when I see the Two of Cups, I think it's most likely somebody has a very close connection to you. Someone who's really, look at the two people here. Someone who sees you for who you are. Someone who's ready to dedicate themselves to you, to help you build your empire. This person is going to return the love that you have wanted for such a long time. For others of you, you may be taking your relationship to the next level this year. The king does represent for me the husband card, the provider. I love this though, these three cards sitting alongside each other. So this is definitely about letting go of control, trusting the universe and taking that leap of faith. Knowing that what you want is coming your way. You don't even have to worry about it. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to even focus on it. You can just let it go and allow the universe to bring this in. For many of you, it's coming in right at the beginning of the year. All right, let's pull an oracle card. Oh, actually, I didn't go through the deck. Let's have a look and see what they said. Okay, finishing out a cycle. Taking on this beautiful energy. This is really about having clarity, seeing where you're going, not pretending, but really seeing things for what they are. It's like I always tell the people I work with, it's about observing, not absorbing. So not working with your emotions in terms of your day-to-day stuff, but really understanding how to look at the world around you and see it for what it is. There is some change coming through here. Some sort of change coming through that you're going to approach with passion. You're going to be able to face anything that comes your way here and work in this energy. Work with your passion, work with your joy, work with your happiness. All positive stuff. All right, we'll pull you a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle. Oh, there it is. The Fates. Woohoo! 17. The Fates. I think I'm due for changes of cards, so I'll have to do that today. Have a bit of a spruce up. Pull out some other decks. This is about fate. This is about karma. Acceptance. They're the things that you cannot change and knowing what those things are. The Serenity Prayer, how beautiful, sums up the meaning of this card. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in life you will never have control over. There you go. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experiences may be fated, preordained by spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. I'll leave you with that. It's got my mind going. Have a wonderful day.